Hello and welcome to today's special edition episode in which we explore the future of financial services in today's session featuring our upcoming release of Tangem Pay. We have an exciting lineup today with representatives from Visa and Tangem here to share insights on our groundbreaking developments in this sector. Tangem Pay is not just an extension of our existing products, it's a technological development built on the microchip together with the Visa applet, offering a unique self-custody solution for any wallet. Whether you're a long-time Tangem user or you're brand new to our ecosystem, Tangem Pay is designed for everybody, not just if you're just a prior user of Tangem. So anybody can use Tangem if you would like, Tangem Pay specifically. So whether you have a Ledger, a Trezor, MetaMask, or any other wallet, you can come and join the Tangem Pay ecosystem with us today by utilizing Tangem Pay. Important note to all of our users, very important to get this out the door immediately, is this will be a brand new product. So Tangem Pay is not affiliated or working with existing Tangem ecosystem products. So any existing Tangem wallet products that you currently have will not be affected. So for the purposes of today's session, we will just be discussing our new innovations, and keep in mind this is also just only in relation to the upcoming Tangem Pay product launch. So without further ado, let's bring in our guests as we delve into the details of this innovative solution. And we have from Visa and Tangem directly about the future of finance and the potential of blockchain technologies. All right, let's kick this off and bring in our guests. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's okay. How about we just start with introductions? Michael, you can kick off with yours. Can you give us an introduction about yourself and your background here at Tangem?
Yeah, hi everybody. Thank you for having me here. My name is Michael Batuev. I'm leading the payment division on the Tangem company, and especially focusing on the product we are going to discuss today.
Brilliant. Okay, Mikey, let's lead with you. Give us an introduction about yourself.
Sure. Hi, Anna. Hi, Michael. Hi, everyone. It's great to be here. Thanks for inviting me to the session today. My name is Michael Honong. I am Visa's regional crypto lead for Europe. And that means I'm responsible for operationalizing and delivering our crypto strategy in the region. Before that, I was leading Visa CBDC commercialization strategy globally, and my background is in government relations. So great to be here and looking forward to the session.
Brilliant. Nice, concise, flowing smoothly. Everything's great. Thank you so much. How about we just kick it off with starting the questions immediately, and we'll go from there. Okay, cue the B-roll. So our first question will be directed at the Tangem team. So Michael, if you could take this one. Can you share the story behind Tangem Pay and its core idea?
Yeah, sure, Anna. I think it's worth telling that Tangem Cold Wallet has gained its popularity among the users due to several factors. First of all, it's very convenient form factor of the plastic card, so it's very easy to use. It's simple to carry in your pocket, and it's using strong security mechanism to prevent losing your private keys in any case. So the chip is used inside the Tangem wallet is very, very secure, and it's proved by many years of using these technologies all around the world. And it's also very important to say that the mechanism users access to the Tangem wallet is very simple. So starting from the activation and then signing any transactions is very, very simple. Smooth, and we're using our mobile app and NFC technology to access the chip. The next thing is that it's very similar to the payment card. So you could mention that the size is the same, the form factor is the same. And once a day, we thought that it will be a brilliant idea to combine two very important part of the payments. First part is the wallet itself, and the second is the payment card. So we put our best technology into the one chip together with the Visa application and make the mechanism available for the payment terminal to use the data from the Tangem wallet for the transaction, every transaction user can make. So this is the storyline behind of the inventing this technology and starting this product live.
Brilliant. Okay. It's a very nice introduction to everything that Tangem does and what Tangem Pay promises to be. In which case, how about we start with the next question? I think, Mikey, this will be directed at you. So question for Visa then. Can you outline Visa's strategy for engaging with Web3 projects?
Sure. Great question. Thank you. At Visa, we want to add value to all forms of money movement, right? Whether that's within the Visa network or beyond the network. So our role is to support an area of ways to pay and to be paid and study new technologies like blockchain technologies that may impact the future of payments. And so our strategy for engaging with projects and our focus in the digital asset space is really to serve as a trusted bridge that helps to connect both platforms and new technologies in the crypto ecosystem with our global network of 130 million Visa accepting merchant locations and 14,500 financial institutions. So we partner with many different types of companies across the payment ecosystem, including those focused on crypto and digital assets. And Tangem is a great example of a hardware wallet provider that has chosen to offer cards so the users can spend from a balance of a crypto asset or a stable coin to transact in fiat at Visa accepting merchant locations using their Visa credential. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. Very exciting. I love that we both have you both on board to explain more details about this. Let's continue on with all of our questions. So this one, again, is directed towards you, Michael. So question for Tangem. What makes Tangem Pay stand out from other crypto bank payment solutions, the first of its kind on the market today?
Yeah, that's one of the major questions we receive from the users and from the people who learn about the product and the platform. So it's very important to explain what is the difference from the cards, the crypto cards we could see and find on the today market. So for the end users, it is very, very important to mention that this is the technology to create a true self-custodial card without any need to trust access to your crypto assets to anyone else. So you are the only one owner of the assets, and like in case if any disaster happened, you should not be in a place, in a situation where you lose your money, you lose your access to your crypto. So this is designed to meet high security requirements we put in ourselves. And it turns out that the card with the technology is literally like a bank in your pocket. So you could use it everywhere and you could still rely on the security. This approach allows us to ensure a minimal level of risk, blocking or losing access of funds for the users. Sometimes it could happen, system doesn't work, so you could need to access your money without relying on third parties. At the same time, there is a standard, mostly popular standard EMVCo in industry, which allows user to use the card and the technology everywhere to make a payment where a Visa card is accepted.
Perfect. So am I correct in understanding that this can be used by anybody in the industry, not just by existing Tangem users?
Correct. So the original idea is to give all the people who store the funds in the crypto world to connect the card with the Tangem wallet inside and with the Visa app inside and make this crypto available for the payments all around the world.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, I'm sure that we'll have more and more details shared the more we get closer to the launch. So I'm sure that some things will remain hidden for now. But how about we direct the next questions towards Mikey? So question for Visa. What criteria does Visa use to select projects for collaboration?
Well, first of all, I think it's important to mention that we don't pick winners and losers. Our job is really to understand the new tech that impacts our space and thereby to develop new expertise, helping our clients to understand the way consumers and businesses use new type of payment products. And so we're really exploring and supporting novel approaches like the Tangem one, where we see Visa credentials are being used for new payment experiences, or help consumers to spend their digital currencies in an easier way. So we're really embracing these new products as a new opportunity for growth and innovation. But at the same time, of course, our priority is and will always be to maintain the integrity of the Visa payment system and to protect the interests of our consumers, merchants, and clients. And so if you ask what criteria we're looking out for when we partner with Web3 projects, each Web3 project will need to meet our criteria for secure and reliable payments. And that includes having appropriate safeguards and standards in place. So that's really on top of mind for all our projects.
Okay, sounds relatively straightforward. I like the fact that you guys are very strict with all of your wording in terms of there's no winners or losers. Of course, that makes perfect sense. We are very grateful for Visa's support and making sure that Tangem Pay continues forward. All right, let's direct the next questions back at you, Michael. So next question is for Tangem again. So what does, let me begin that again. Apologies. Question for Tangem. What steps does Tangem Pay take to ensure a seamless user experience during transactions?
Yeah, for the user, we would like to have a best experience. So we all know how to pay with regular cards. We want to repeat the same experience. So no need to wait, no need to top up in advance. So instant payments for the Tangem Pay enables real-time transactions. And this is leveraging by Polygon technologies, processing payments instantly without any sacrificing of security or efficiency. The second thing and second factor, we support multi-currency approach. So Tangem Pay is designed to support wide range of fiat, stablecoins, or cryptocurrencies, facilitating smooth and cross-country, cross-currency transactions. The global acceptance is very, very important to mention. So as I said before, this card should be accepted everywhere where Visa is accepted. So it's more than 200 countries supported and millions of stores for our users could be accessible for these payments. And the last part is we have a very, very good and proved track record. We issued more than 1.5 million wallet cards all around the globe, and technology demonstrated its reliability and broad market acceptance. So this is the three factors, I think, which is important to mention answering to this question.
Makes sense. All right. Is there something maybe that I could ask additionally? So could you explain in layman's terms why this is important in terms of, I don't think people quite understand how it is possible to have a transaction being confirmed relatively quickly. So what you need to do from tap till confirmation.
So first, it's important to activate the card. So when you receive the card, you need to activate it and you need to connect your existing crypto wallet to the card to make transaction happen. After you did it, there are several settings which is required to be made. So we need to ensure that in the different scenarios, this card will support the transaction in a smooth way. And then the magic is where you just go and tap the card in the, for example, coffee shop. You want to buy coffee. And what's happened next? So the card interacts with the terminal, and during the transaction cycle, it's a kind of a milliseconds, but there is a data important to sign the transaction. The blockchain will be added to the transaction directly on a post terminal, and this data will be then used to validate your transaction. And in 1 second, issuer will respond based on the data received from the terminal and from the card that yes, you have enough money on your crypto account, and yes, there is a correct card used with the correct key at the end user side. And if everything goes correctly, you will get a approved transaction. You will get your coffee within a few seconds, as it's usually happen with the regular cards. The magic is that we don't need to confirm it in advance, so the transaction itself will will be supported by the data required to sign a transaction on the blockchain. And this is really magic, because no one right now no one is signing right now the transaction during the authorization part with the blockchain data. We could do this because we use the Tangem cold wallet solution inside the Tangem Pay platform, and this is very important part and important method to authorize the transaction without losing the user control on their crypto assets.
Got it. Well, next step would be to have the coffee made as quickly as you were able to secure that transaction. So thank you so much for giving some details. I mean, for us as normal users, it's nice to get a peek behind the door into how things work. Because for some people, it might seem easy, just tap and that's a ready solution. But behind the scenes, there's this whole technological process that happens. So thank you for sharing some of those details. Let's continue on to you, Mike, in which case. So question for Visa. How do you see the future of finance evolving with the introduction of self-custody solutions in payment systems?
Great question. I think the evolution of crypto wallets in the past year has really been remarkable, right? So wallets have transitioned from this basic storage utility to very advanced platforms that generate crucial information for crypto usage. And so as we've seen this growth of these new type of wallet solutions, we've also observed that there is a certain type of consumers that really showing interest in that solution. So what they do is they position the consumer at the center of all economic activity and really empowering them with greater control over their funds by embedding the self-custody solution in the products. And this transition has been a natural progression spurred by technological advancements, and that really aligns well with the foundational ideas and principles of blockchain technologies. And so in the past, crypto native users who frequently interacted with crypto, they might have been very familiar with those solutions, but nowadays, if you see more mainstream users or more crypto newbies entering the space, they will need a more seamless integration of self-custody solutions into everyday transactions to really help to drive this wider adoption. So future of finance, I'm expecting to see more of that integration and seamless integration of the self-custody element with traditional payments. And so leveraging these new technologies to really merge the benefits of blockchain technology with the convenience and the security of existing payment solutions as we know them today.
Love that. You've got all the great words there in terms of convenience, security, all the things we kind of stand for. Great. Okay, in which case, Michael, back to you. So question for Tangem. What measures are in place to ensure that Tangem Pay complies with regulatory requirements?
Yeah, that's the good part of the product. And we believe that this product should be compliant. On a different market, we see different regulation because crypto industry is pretty new for the financial industry itself. We need to comply with existing laws, and we also need to comply with the standards which already used by the payment systems, the merchants, all of this banking security solutions should be in place. So at every stage, from card production, activation, and using this card for payments, we are guided by industry standard and security standard. And before starting the production of the product, we successfully passed the certification of the Visa payment system. We done all required tests and ensured that this system works perfectly. To ensure compliance with the requirements from the regulatory perspective, we use the platform connected and focused to the service providers, which could be named as leaders of the industry, and they do the best on the field of the transaction monitoring and data management systems on the market. And finally, I would say that the Tangem Pay platform combines the best practices from centralized solutions, SECs, and also add the magic of the distributed solutions, DEX world from the risk control and security perspective.
Got it. Thank you so much for that. Okay. Next question will be directed back at you, Mikey. So question for Visa. Why are cards that are linked directly to a self-custodial wallet important to Visa's overall strategy?
Well, as mentioned before, we don't really favor self-custody over custodial models. Each solution can work well for different consumers and different needs and different type of consumers. But there is today a high degree of complexity when it comes to the UX, so the user experience, but also interoperability. And so if you're in crypto, for the most part, you really need to be crypto native to use these tools in a meaningful way. Again, if we try to bring crypto to the mainstream and really attract new consumers to crypto, then blockchain technologies need to somehow be abstracted away from the consumers for ease of use. So it needs to be very, very simple and very convenient and easy for them to use these new products and solutions. And as such, it's a very logical next step for Visa to explore how both self-custody and custodial solutions can be linked with or leveraging Visa credentials to improve that payment experience for crypto users. So I think non-custodial, as they have been emerging over time, is just the logical next step for us to see how that type of technology can be also leveraged and combined with the Visa network and Visa technologies.
Perfect. So next step is just evolution and moving towards new solutions in the space. Makes sense. Yes. All right. We've got our last question coming up. The time has flown by shortly. When you're having fun, you're going to run through these relatively fast and quick. But this is a question directed at both of you. So I think we're going to start with Michael, you answering this first, and then Mikey, you can wrap up this last question. But here's the question. So for both of you, if you had to describe the future of finance in 3 words or sentences, what would they be?
Yeah, I could explain it easily. For me, personally, it's first, it's decentralization. So the future of finance should be decentralized because there are many reasons for that. Customers of financial services will enjoy an experience of the freedom and the true ownership of their assets. And I believe that the self-custodial crypto cards, it's like a good example for this trend. So we believe that in crypto world, your money, your control, it's number 1 priority, and people love that. And this is the reason why it's growing so fast. The second thing, the second word, is a smart finance. So transferring values between people will be efficient as possible. So in the terms of the transaction costs, regardless of whether you buy a cup of coffee or you transfer a $1 million tranche to the some kind of a charity foundation, the cost of the transaction should be as low as possible and as efficient as possible. So take into account that actual resources required to do this transaction in blockchain, for example, it's really cost-reducing solution, and we will see that the more and more transactions rely on the new technology solution, distributed solution using the blockchain. So no one wants to pay extra cost. We know that, and the future is lying on the efficiency and smart finance. And finally, this is the important part. Mikey several times mentioned that the security is key priority for financial industry. So I believe that the finance of future, we will see that there will be significant growth in the security area. So the safer and improved security practices, eliminating human errors or dishonesty. For example, ATMs right now usually counts the coupures, giving the cash without any mistakes, and we rely on these technologies, and we don't need to every time check the amount we received. So this is the example where the technology brings the new level of customer experience. So the transition from the centralized to decentralized finance model is just one example of increasing security and flexibility of the system. And we will see it in the modern world as well. So that's 3 points from my side.
Brilliant. Okay, in which case, Mikey, your take on the matter.
Yeah, I need to find new words now. I think it's, I'd start with digital. So the future of money is digital. So whether that's stablecoins, tokenized deposits, or central bank digital currencies, whatever the form it will take, I believe the digital form of money has the potential to extend the value of payments to a greater number of people and places in the world. So future finance, definitely digital. I also think it's going to be open. At Visa, we believe the future of payments is open, open networks that are clear, transparent, and that everyone can participate in, enable greater consumer choice and competition. And blockchain networks are inherently open. And so we believe that open networks are good for us. And so I hope the future is going to be open. And then lastly, interoperable. So as we see more private and public blockchain networks emerging, plus the continuation of the existence of existing traditional infrastructures, it will be important that these different parties can connect through a network with each other, can speak to each other, and really help to facilitate payment transactions across these different networks. And so, yeah, digital, open, and interoperable are my 3 words.
Brilliant. Well, none of those words coincided with each other in the way of nobody repeated anything. Everything was original and great. Thank you so much for both of your answers for this. In which case, how about we proceed to the final section, which is just wrapping up our live stream. So cue the B-roll, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, so final words for today. Thank you all so much for joining us, all of our wonderful viewers and everybody who's listening in on today's session. So our guests, Michael and Mikey, do you have any final words for us today? Anything you'd like to maybe share as some parting wisdom to our audience? That would be the time to do it. So Michael, anything to add, or just, you can just wrap up just by saying thank you so much, and that will be that. But this is the time to shine.
Yeah, thank you so much for this important conversation. I think we need to, wrapping up this session, we need to again finally say that we're doing something special for the finance. I personally don't remember the example where we could find the product combining 2 things: very secure mechanism of storing your assets in your pocket, and then give the opportunity to use these assets everywhere. So it's something very special, very new. We are going to launch, and I'm very excited to explain how it works, and excited to see how this technology will grow up in a very near future. So thank you very much for doing this session, and it was a pleasure to talk to you and answer your questions.
Thank you so much for your parting wisdom. In which case, Mikey, up to you.
Yep. A big thank you from my side as well. It's been a pleasure to share some insights on like Visa's crypto strategy with you, and to talk about the Visa Tangem card. Thank you also for everyone who's tuning in. The conversation doesn't have to end here, so feel free to reach out and keep the dialogue going. And I'm very excited to try out and test the card once it's launched. So thank you.
I think we all are. We're waiting for that moment until you can just have self-custody in your back pocket and ready to pay for any coffee at any moment in time. Okay. In which case, ladies, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to a terrific partnership between 2 parties. And here's to Tangem Pay and the wider market adoption of bridging the gap between new financial instruments and financial traditional tools. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Ladies, gentlemen, thank you. And until next time.